if my dad falls off the ladder, it'll all be on video. We are about halfway through this Playhouse build, and so far I've covered a lot in this series. From pouring and setting the footers, to erecting the Playhouse and adding the swings and the sandbox. Now it's time to get the siding up and the roof built. So let's get to work. We're on day 8 now, so we're gonna get the plywood up on the walls and then start building the roof. Let's see if we can beat the rain and get it done. And real quick, I'm gonna change this singular bracket to a 2-bracket system so it can just swing forward and back. And I wanna do that because my daughter almost nailed her head about 3 times already on that A-frame post right there. So I'm gonna swap it out real quick. This is all fixed, so my daughter's not gonna nail her head on the A-frame and I'm not gonna get in trouble from the wife. So let's start getting the plywood on the framing. When it comes to getting the plywood up, I did forget to do one thing when I framed it. And that's put a piece of wood right here in between this little section. And the reason I'm gonna do that is the plywood is gonna meet here in the middle and it needs somewhere to nail to. So it'll nail right to that 2x4 I'll put in between here and it'll be all set and snug. All we need to do now is set the wood up in here and make sure we're flush with the other boards. One side down, let's do the other side. The other side's up, now let's move on to the next step. Now to get the plywood up, we're gonna use 2x4s as our blocking. We're gonna level the 2x4s out and make sure they're even with each other, set the plywood on top of that, and then we'll start nailing the plywood in to the framing. And if you haven't seen today, I have my helper again helping me. Should I say manual labor? I have my father helping me. So now that the blocking's up, it's time to start getting our plywood up. Which for the siding we're using is T111 siding. It's rated for outdoors. It does need to be painted or stained. The T111 I have has been sitting outside for like 3-4 months now, so it's a little beat up, but it'll still work. So I got my first piece of T111 laid out. My dad's getting some measurements for the first cuts we need to make for this board, and then we'll get to slapping it up. And when it comes to mounting the T111, I'm doing an unconventional method. I'm gonna use 18 gauge galvanized brad nails. A lot of people didn't really recommend this per se because this is more so structural, but I don't have a roofing nailer, nor do I feel like pounding in roofing nails every 8 inches, 16 inches on center. So I'm gonna use my brad nailer, and if I have to, I'll use my framing nailer with 1.5 inch long galvanized nails to just help beef it up a bit. So let's get our measurements down and get to cutting. So we had a little bit of measurement error, so I have to cut this little furring piece right here to make up for the full length. Stuff happens, but we're not going back and buying a new sheet just for this little piece. So we'll make it work and we'll keep rocking. So the first side's done. Now we're gonna move on to the next side. Now,
put it on the black. Holy crap, that's off.
Is it off?
Yeah, it's good. Holy.
So we got the second side up. I just gotta take the ledger boards off and we'll do the last side. This board? Okay, so we need to push the framing.
Here. Is that enough?
Get a little more. All right, let go.
Dead on.
So real quick, one thing we decided to do is use our framing nailer and sink some of these nails in. Not a lot, maybe like 10 per board, just to help secure it, since some of the brad nails are going past the board and not really holding it. This will just make sure that the board's secured in place. One more board. So right now we're doing some edge cleanup. My dad's cutting the edges right now of the plywood that's overhanging. It's overhanging about 1.5 inches. We decided to use a Sawzall to cut that excess instead of cutting it on the ground. And the cool thing is, if my dad falls off the ladder, it'll all be on video. Now it's finally time to start working on the roof. And I got a little ahead of myself, but basically what we're doing here is we're marking out where all our joists need to run. These are gonna be our 2 end boards for the front and for the back. If you're looking at the boards, you see I got an X in the middle of 2 lines, which means that's where that joist is gonna sit and be screwed into place. And the easiest way to do this is like how I have it. My roof is 8 foot wide and I'm gonna make it 10 foot long because there's gonna be overhang on both sides because the platform itself is only 8 by 8. So I'll have a foot overhang in the back and a foot overhang in the front. So these 8 foot boards, again, they're exactly 8 feet and we're gonna measure it and make sure they're 8 feet. Then every 16 inches, we're marking out where we need to put our joist. So now that we got them marked out, we're gonna go cut our other 2x6s 10 foot long exactly and start mounting them to this board. So with any dimensional lumber, normally you're gonna have some sort of difference in the wood. One may be a 1/4 inch longer than the other. So always make sure you measure it and cut it, even if it claims that it's 8 feet. The 2 end boards are cut, so now let's go cut all our other 2x6s and put them together. Now that all the wood's cut, we're gonna put our first board up. That's gonna be the header for this side, or I don't know the proper term, but I'm just gonna call it a header, and we're gonna attach our joist to it. So we got the front done, so we're gonna push it up, slide it back, and do the back side. So right now my dad's going to get a 2x8 or a 2x4x8 to run across to grab the joist so they don't fall down in the center. And while he's doing that, I'm going to preset all my screws in this other piece of wood.
That's not underneath. Let's put it underneath.
Let's see if I fall off the ladder. This side is now screwed together, and again, the hardware we used for this was these 4-inch long lag bolts. I'll link them down in the description below, but it makes for good use and good work for doing joists like this for your ceiling. So now that our ceiling joists are all lined up where we want it with a proper overhang that's equally measured on both sides, we're gonna use these 7-inch long through bolts to screw through the joist down into the beams. Then we're gonna tie it in with hurricane ties. So let's do that. Now that we got the 2 outside corner joists secured, we're gonna use the hurricane ties to tie in the inside boards. And when I say hurricane tie, I mean this one right here. All this will do, slide up like this. You'll put screws into these holes and screws into those holes, and it'll tie it in. So we got all the hurricane ties tied into both sides. Now it's time to get the plywood on the roof, which is gonna be a little difficult, but we'll get it done. So when it comes to laying plywood on this roof, we're gonna have to slide it up through these joists, lay it on top, and nail it in. The camera's not gonna be able to get the best angle because it's pretty high up in there. It's almost 20 feet. So I'm gonna use this camera right here to try to get some decent footage up there. So I'm sorry if the footage isn't the best, but it's what we got. And to nail this plywood up, which is true roofing plywood, I think it's like 23/32 plywood. I'm just going to be using 1.5-inch galvanized nails, and once I run out, I have 2.5-inch galvanized nails out of the nailer. I'm just going to use that. You could also use screws if you want.
Here. In the box, isn't it?
Yeah. $23 3/4 on this side, 23 1/4 on this side. I got it. So all the plywood sheathing's up for the roof. Now we gotta put the actual roof on, which we're not gonna do any underlayment. It's just a Playhouse, but I got this tin roof. I bought it off Amazon. Again, this will be linked down below in the description. It's pretty thin and flimsy, but it's gonna do the job and keep water off the roof and water from leaking through. This is 15 pieces, and you make sure you gotta overlap it. So let's start bringing it up top and getting it up there. Before I forget, to mount this hardware, you want to make sure you have these screws with little gaskets on them to prevent rain from seeping in. All right, so I apologize, the camera wasn't down on the first one, but we got it overhanging about 3/4 of an inch and about 1/2 inch on the back. So I got 2 screws in here. I'm gonna take my second piece right here. Gonna line up like so, overlapping. screws in here and here. Leave this top part unscrewed because the other piece will overlap here and get screwed in. So now we're on the top side. We want to make sure we overlap so that rainwater will fall down and then go to the next level of tin and then off the roof. So line it up with your front and sink your screws. All right, I got my last two pieces. The camera's about to die. I don't know if it'll make it, but put these two edge pieces on and we'll be done. The roof's done. That's all I'm gonna do today. It's like 7 o'clock, so I'm done. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you the next day. And just like that, we've got siding and a roof, and this thing is finally starting to look like a real playhouse. If you're following along, make sure you're subscribed and drop a like. Also, I've got all the tools and materials linked down in the description below. And don't miss the next part where we get into fixing something that I made a big mistake on with this build. So stay tuned, and I'll catch you in the next video.